Hello, everyone, and good morning. Today is Sunday, June 22nd, 2025, at 10:26. And today we have our day one outlook to look at for today. Today we have oh wow, yeah, that's a massive slight risk now. We've got a slight risk extending from just a little bit of New Mexico through parts of Texas, Oklahoma, Kansas, Colorado, Nebraska, a little bit of Iowa, Minnesota, into a little bit of Wisconsin, North Dakota, South Dakota. So yes, we do have that potential today. And we have a second slight risk that encompasses parts of Pennsylvania, New Jersey, even including New York City, New York State, and a little bit of, it looks like, Connecticut. And just a teeny tiny little bit of Massachusetts. We have marginals extending from Texas through New Mexico, up through Oklahoma, parts of Kansas, Nebraska, Iowa, Minnesota, Wisconsin, and we go back through North Dakota, South Dakota, a little bit of Montana, Wyoming, back through Nebraska, and into Colorado, and back into New Mexico. And of course, we have the second one over here. That's for parts of Pennsylvania, New Jersey, a teeny bit of Delaware, parts of Connecticut, Massachusetts, Vermont, and New York State. So we do have those areas under a marginal today. So, two areas of severe weather today. So, we have New York, Newark, Jersey City, Yonkers, and Patterson under a slight, and Philadelphia, El Paso, Minneapolis, Buffalo, and St. Paul under the marginal. So let's go ahead and deep dive and see what we've got for today's risks. Today we've got a 5% risk that's for parts of eastern North Dakota and parts of Minnesota, as well as a little bit of South Dakota there. We have a 2% that extends from North Dakota through South Dakota, Nebraska, a little bit of Iowa, and a little bit of Minnesota and Wisconsin. So, cities that we've got going on for the tornado risk. We have Fargo, Grand Forks, Moorhead, West Fargo, and Hibbing under the 5%, and Sioux Falls, Duluth, St. Cloud, Andover, and Kearney under the 2%. So, today we've got for the 5% area, we could see a tornado of at least an EF1 possible today, so please be mindful that could be possible. And for the 5%, or excuse me, for the 2%, we could see an EF0 tornado possible. While they're very low, they still could produce damage, so please be mindful that could be possible for you today. Going into the wind threat today, we've got a small 15% hatch for parts of northern Minnesota, and we've got a normal 15% extending from a little bit of Wisconsin through Minnesota, North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, Iowa, parts of Kansas, a little bit of Colorado, Oklahoma, New Mexico, and Texas. We have the 5% extending from Texas through New Mexico, through Oklahoma, Colorado, Kansas, Nebraska, Iowa, parts of Minnesota, Wisconsin, North Dakota, South Dakota, a little bit of Montana, a little bit of Wyoming, and back through Nebraska. So we do have those areas under severe weather threats. And we do also have the wind threat here for 15%. That is for parts of Pennsylvania, New Jersey, New York State, and parts of Connecticut, and just a teeny bit of Massachusetts. We also have the 5% that extends from Pennsylvania through a little bit of Delaware, New Jersey, a little bit of Massachusetts, Connecticut, Vermont, and New York State. So we do have those under the 5% as well. So again, we have Hibbing, Brainerd, and Bemidji under the significant severe. We have Newark, Jersey City, Yonkers, Patterson, and Syracuse under the 15%. And New York, Philadelphia, Minneapolis, Buffalo, and St. Paul under the 5%. So for the 15% hatched area, we could see 60 to 80 mile per hour wind gusts possible today. For the 15% normal, we could see 60 to 75 mile per hour wind gusts today. And for the 5%, we could see 60 to 70 mile per hour wind gusts today. So please be mindful wherever you may be today, you may have a wind threat today. Going into the hail threat for today, we've got a 15% hatch for parts of extreme eastern North Dakota, extreme northeastern South Dakota, and parts of west central Minnesota. We have a 15% normal for parts of North Dakota, South Dakota, Minnesota, a little bit of Wisconsin, a little bit of Iowa, and a little bit of Nebraska. We also have another 15% normal for parts of New York State, Pennsylvania, New Jersey, and a little bit of Connecticut, and just a teeny bit of Massachusetts. We also have the 5% that extends from um, New Me- okay, there's the reset. New Mexico, Texas, Oklahoma, parts of Kansas, Colorado, parts of Nebraska, parts of Wyoming, Montana, South Dakota, North Dakota, parts of Wisconsin, a little bit of Minnesota and Iowa, and back into Kansas. We also have the 5% over here in the eastern part of the U.S. That's for parts of Pennsylvania, a little bit of Delaware, New Jersey, Massachusetts, Connecticut, Vermont, and New York State. So we do have those areas under the hail threat for today. So we have Fargo, Grand Forks, Moorhead, West Fargo, and Fergus Falls under the significant severe. We have Newark, Jersey City, Yonkers, Patterson, and Syracuse under the 15%, and New York, Philadelphia, Minneapolis, Buffalo, and St. Paul under the 5%. So we do have some areas under the risks. So for the 15% area, hatched area, we could see hailstones of 1 to 3.5 inch diameter hail possible. For the 15% normal, we could see 1 to 3 inch diameter hail possible. And for the 5%, we could see 1 to 2 inch diameter hail possible today. So please be mindful that wherever you may be, you may have a hail threat for today. So for today's summary, our summary does say isolated to scattered severe thunderstorms are possible to develop, isolated to scattered thunderstorms are expected to develop today across parts of the northern plains and upper Mississippi Valley, some of which could produce large hail, damaging wind gusts, and tornadoes. Storm associated with severe gusts and hail may also develop across parts of the northeast and in the southern and central plains. So there you have it. There is the day one outlook for today. So there's today's hail risk. There's today's wind risk. There's today's tornado risk. And there's today's day one outlook. So I do really hope that you stay weather aware and stay safe. Even if you happen to be in the marginals, you still want to remain weather aware because sometimes you never know what these storms could do in the marginals. But anyway, that's going to be it for me. And stay tuned for Johnny Thunder EAS and Weather's take on the day 2 outlook since I will be busy this afternoon. But anyway, looks like we got rain in New York. So anyway, that is going to be it for me. And I hope you have a great day. Until then, take care.